Jaune clashed with Salem as the pair flew up high in the sky, as Friend followed them on her sword. Tai, look at those two go. Crow, no time for lollygagging, Tai. He faced Tyrion as he wanted payback for what happened to Clover. As the rest of Team RWBY, RN, and Emerald took down Mercury very easily, they then assist the adults who were trying hard to beat Salem's assassin. Summer kept them at bay, due to his dangerous semblance to negate aura. Tai and Crow are used to his bad luck, as they use it against Tyrion, as Tai having bad luck on him engages close range to pass on the misfortune to him. As they knee fist as Tyrion's fist was broken while Tai's semblance was to absorb damage and negate it. What was Tai's semblance? I don't remember RT even mentioning it along with Summer's. Crow then went in for a slash as Tyrion jumped above him and swung his tail and swung it towards him. Tai went in and took the hit as he was then poisoned as the tail pierced his skin. Crow pulled out a syringe and gave Tai a shot, completely eliminating the poison. Tyrion, my, you have learned your lesson, huh? Tai, and you haven't learned yours. He then rushed him. Tyrion prepared for an attack from behind as Crow disappeared thanks to Raven's portal. As Tai got close, a portal opens behind him as he swings his tail to intercept, but instead of Crow coming out, it was a flaming Nodachi as it slices his tail off, causing him to recoil. Raven came out of the portal and threw the blade at him as Tai ducked, and the sword pierced the assassin's chest. The pain jolted through his body as he reflexively looks up to see another portal opening as he sees Crow's angry expression for the last time as he sliced his head clean off. We see his POV as his head flew and finally lands on the ground. Crow, that was for Clover, you bastard. Summer, look. They see Friend stabbing Salem in the back as Jaune stabbed her from the front. Jaune was showing visible damage as Salem managed to blow apart his right armor plate. Salem, to think that Cinder said you weren't a threat, but to be the thorn in my side for the month straight. Jaune.
Salem what?
No words? Aren't heroes supposed to be talking about justice and peace? Jaune, just shut up, die.
Salem. Oh, you do speak.
Fran then casted tri-explosion surrounding her as Jaune and her backed away, and the attack landed. The witch regenerates like it's nothing. Salem, that hurts. But Ashbin has been at this for centuries by now. Do you really think you can truly beat me just because you can use magic? Fran, Dragon Fong. She pierced right through Salem and made her explode. Fran then lands back on the ground to see Salem with only half of her body blown clean off. Salem. So this is the Little Black Knight? Good to see the young generation learning. Shame I'll have to cut it short. Jaune. Inferno Arts. Vermilion Red. He launched a magma beam at her, covering her in hot magma that solidifies instantly, and he followed up and broke the statue to pieces. But grim miasma emits from the rubble as it reforms into Salem. Ashbin, damn it. It's like my last battle against her all over again. Jaune used different elements throughout this fight while others lend their help, landing lethal blows. But Salem keeps regenerating. Crow, damn it. Don't we have a way to put her down for real? Something was up as Jaune attacks and waits for Fran. There was something happening with this pattern that everyone was puzzled. Fran. Inferno Arts. Flare Blast. Salem was instantly turned to ash once she was hit. Jaune responds with his light variant. Fran. Fire Arts. Tri-Explosion. Amanda. Fire Arts is sure flashy, but Fran used this. Wind Art. Razor Gale. She sent a barrage of sharp winds that sliced Salem to pieces. Salem, this is starting to get Anno. She was silenced by a high-caliber bullet through the skull as we see RWBY. The witch got back up as she glared at her until the fist of a giant knight smashes her to a bloody puddle. And she comes back, but she was bound by a ribbon as Yang went in. Salem was a broken mess, but her bones realigned as she was back and Yang backed away. Summer then used her silver eyes and petrifies Salem instantly as she swung her axe, turning her into rubble. And once again, she always comes back. But Fran manages to stun her with lightning bolt. And Jaune lands another hit with a light arrow. As she was hit impaled to her tower, Jaune used his greatest light art. Jaune, light art, prism thong. And Fran used her variant of it. Fran, dark art, shadow fawn. The blast hits the tower, destroying it along with the witch. Yang, dang, she won't come back from that. Jaune, no.
She will.
Crow, then what's the point? Jaune, this was a test.
Summer, a test?
Jaune, you are ready, Fran. Fran, what do you mean, father? Jaune, you are ready to continue your journey without me. Fran, what are you talking about? You're scaring me. Jaune kneels in front of her and puts his hands on her shoulders and looked into her eyes. Jaune, we all know I was living on borrowed time, Fran. She starts crying as she denies it. Jaune, this was my last quest. This is my farewell. Ashbin, Mr. Ark, what are you? Jaune, the one and only spell to condemn Salem forever. Light and dark arts. Eternal oblivion. To destroy a soul, you must give up a soul. RWBY, Jaune, you can't. What about Fran? Jaune, I prepared everything for her. Yang, you can't leave your only daughter. Jaune, this is the only way for her. For all of you to be safe. He tore himself from her as Juniper, and Jet holds Fran back. Jaune begins to chant. Fran, father. He puts both hands to his chest in a prayer as he chants, and then he claps and points his open hands toward the reforming Salem, as her soul was then ripped out of her. Then a hand touched Jaune's shoulder. Ashbin, if this spell has a price, let me pay it. Jaune, Oz. Team SDRQ looked at the scene, solemnly realizing what Ashbin is asking for. Ashbin, this is my mess. Let me pay for it. Don't give up your soul.
Jaune, all right.
Ashbin stands in front of Jaune as he then flies towards Salem as he grabs her by the neck. Ashbin, it ends now. Salem, I see. Then let it be. Ashbin, Salem. Was this? Their souls erodes and scatters into the sky as the dark clouds all over the land of darkness fades away. Once that was done, the Grimm all stopped fighting and started looking at each other. The Grimm Knights looked at each other and nods as they quarrel the Grimm away. The knights, adventurers, and huntsmen all cheer.
Back to
Summer, it's over. It's finally over. She hugs Ty and Crow, and she dragged Raven into them as well. The kids were all celebrating, but Jaune was not. He looked to the horizon to see a shadowy figure coming towards them. Once it arrived, RWBY recognizes it. It was the blacksmith. Weiss. Who is that? RWBY, the blacksmith. Blake, from Ever After? Young. What the heck is she doing here? Blacksmith. It is time. Jaune Ark.
play this.
RWBY. Jaune, what is she talking about? Jaune. It seems that regardless of Ashbin choosing to sacrifice himself to save me from paying the price to rid the world of Salem, my ascension was not for me to return here. Have you wondered why all of you returned complete? Blake, he's just a spirit. Amanda, but you were free from the sword. Jaune, the sword was a way for me to be with Fran. After Fran's growth throughout this journey showed that she no longer needs me. Fran then rushed and hugged him. Fran, I do need you, father. I can't lose you too.
Sob.
Jaune, you have become strong, Fran. Even stronger than I could ever be. Fran, You're everyone's hero. I can't be the... He shushes her. John, do you hear that? They heard cheering from the distance, shouting the White Knight and the Black Knight. John, you're a hero. You have achieved your dream. Fran, but... He hugs her tight. John, I know. I love you, my little girl. And I always will. Forever and ever. He rubs her back and her head. Everyone was crying at the scene. Fran, father.
John, goodbye.
He ripped himself off of her and walked towards the blacksmith who was waiting for him. Blacksmith, it is time. John, I am ready. Blacksmith, it is time for you to set aside the knife and live as John Arc for the rest of your days. John, what? She raised her hands toward him as he was enveloped in light. Once that dies down, he checks himself as he felt flesh. He even cut himself to see blood.
John, what?
Blacksmith, fulfilling your tasks has earned you a new life. After all your struggles, they were expecting you to give up, but you didn't. Yang, could you have told us that before? RWBY Yang. Blacksmith, I was not allowed to speak out of turn. I am just a messenger. John Arc of Remnant, the rusted knight of Ever After, the White Knight of the Forever Knights. May you live in peace. She bows and a door opens out of nowhere and she enters it. Fran rushed towards her father and jumps into his arms. John, I'm here. I'm staying. She hugs him and refused to let go. Everyone smiles at the two as they all then rejoins the army as they saw the Grimm dispersing along with the Grimm Knights in the distance, all of whom put their hands to their chest as John does too in response. The good guys won. The survivors all cheered and everyone had a happy ending. After everything that came to pass, the White Knight settled down in a lush and bountiful land where he made a home for him and Fran. After a hard day's work, John fed Juniper, who was watching over the fields. She purred as he rubs her fur. He then walks back into the house to prepare dinner. John was cooking curry in the kitchen as he heard someone come in. John, leave your shoes at the entrance and get cleaned up. Fran, okay. After a few moments, Fran came in all cleaned up, and when she saw the food, her face lit up. She happily ate as John took part himself after so long of not having the normal sensations. He enjoyed the meal, but he loved it more when he see Fran being happy. After that, John told her to go to bed early, as she will be going on a quest by herself. Once he finished making it, he walked outside the porch. It felt like ages as John took off his armor piece by piece and felt lighter in his shirt and jeans. And there he finally found his rest as he walked towards a rocking chair. The tale of the White Knight came to an end, and the start of Remnant's new era has finally begun. With one story ends, another begins. Fran was once again off on her adventure, but she can always come home. The weight finally off his shoulders now that he sat. The sun sets on the horizon. He felt the urge to yawn. His eyes felt heavy as he finally fell asleep. Finally, peace and quiet. The end.